Everyone, this is Sandra. Welcome to today's video. So today is going to just be kind of like a chit chat, get ready with me. I know I've done one or two of these already, but sometimes it's nice to just kind of talk about stuff that, you know, I wouldn't ordinarily talk about on my channel. So I guess I'll still show the makeup and the brushes and what I'm using, but we'll just kind of talk about stuff in general. So I'm going to start with my Bare Minerals Primetime Original Foundation Primer. I'm going to use more than I would just my problem areas because I'm going to put it all over my face. And I'm also going to be using a brush today for my foundation because I've really been liking the way that application goes on. And anyway, so I'm getting ready today. I'm actually going to be going to the doctor. We have a family doctor. I think I discussed it before. But we found a family doctor, but it's all the way in St. Albert. So if anyone's from Edmonton or you know the area, it's about a half an hour drive from here. And parking is really bad because it's right downtown. And it's kind of rough because the doctor said, you know, even if you need prescriptions or whatever, I'd prefer you not to go to a walk-in, which obviously is more convenient if you're just getting prescriptions because you can make like a fast track appointment and it takes 5 minutes, and we have one 5 minutes away from us, but I figured I might as well just go there because it's good to earn trust. So that's what I'm doing. So anyway, between yesterday and today, I have been so productive. Yesterday, like I've set my alarm both days, but I actually got up at 6:45 on the dot yesterday and today. So I had lots of video editing that I did. I think I edited 5 videos, which is crazy and a lot, but because September is kind of coming up, I've got a lot of bullet journal stuff on the go, and I just need to get those up and like ready. So usually first thing in the morning, hold on guys, let's talk about makeup here. So I'm using this Tarte brush that I got with the Park Princess set, and I'm using this for my foundation brush. You can see, I'm going to compare it to the Sigma brushes. This is the F82 Round Kabuki by Sigma, and this is the Tarte brush, so you can see the difference. This covers a lot more surface area, so I'm going to try this and see how the application goes. I'm actually going to use my Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup. This is the shade 5.0, and I was looking on the Sephora site, and I noticed that they had, there's another VIP Rouge event coming up, or VIP Rouge event, and it's happening the end of August, so we'll have to see how that goes. But there was a new Urban Decay foundation actually, and I haven't tried it yet. I'm not I'm not stuck on any particular foundation necessarily. Like I wouldn't mind. I've heard lots of really good things about this Ives. I can never pronounce it, but the Ives Saint Laurent or whatever. It's this like awakening foundation, and it doesn't have full coverage, but I've heard really good things about it, so I wouldn't mind trying that. But again, all of this stuff costs money, so we will see how it goes. There's actually a couple new foundations I want to try, and I think a couple of mine are almost out too, so we'll see. I did tell myself I wouldn't buy any new foundation until I ran out. And that's not just to save money, but also I'm running out of space. So gotta figure that out first before I can go ahead and buy new stuff. But anyway, so my productivity has been just crazy. And you know what? A lot of that has been attributed to my bullet journal itself, because, you know, you can go ahead and write however many lists you want in your, like on a piece of paper, like a random piece of paper. The chances of you losing it, you know, that can happen, and the chances of you following through with a random list that you don't always kind of like just do every day. So the whole point of that conversation, I guess, is that in my bullet journal I have like kind of habits that I'm tracking and that I do kind of in order. It doesn't have to be in order. I don't want to sound like crazy. Like, yeah, it doesn't have to be in order. I have tasks that I do throughout the day. So whether that be, you know, getting laundry done or mowing the grass or watering my flowers or doing the dishes or whatever, right? Grocery shopping, all of that stuff. So usually what I like to do is the night before, I take a few minutes, usually about 5-10 minutes, I sit down and I create my list for the next day, and then the next day, of course, I just add to that list as things come up. But it's really, really helpful because then it kind of puts you in the mindset, you know what you're doing first thing when you wake up. And for me, especially with all the work that I've been doing, I've had a lot of editing. Like, these videos take hours to edit. So if I have a 20-minute video, it usually takes about an hour per. So I mean, that takes up a lot of time, and I had 5, so it took about 5 hours altogether, and that's not including the filming time itself. So it does take time, and even the preparation for some of these videos, especially bullet journal videos, I have to get everything set up, and even makeup too for that matter, because I kind of have to get everything set out and put in front of me so I don't rifle through my drawers and then you guys can't hear anything I'm saying. Speaking of which, we're moving on to concealer now. I'm not doing my color corrector under my eyes. I'm just going to go straight in with my Tarte Shape Tape. This is 27S Light Medium Sand, and I will be using my Real Techniques makeup sponge for this. And I'm going to be bronzing today with my Physicians Butter Bronzer, so I'm not going to highlight with my concealer. I'm just going to cover up these like terrible dark under eye circles here. But yeah, so I've been super productive, and I guess part of that is getting up early, and there's a fine line between, you know, getting up early and then just being exhausted and not having the motivation to do something every day, or to do something that day when you're tired. Because I know a lot of people are just like, I need to go for a nap. And me, like, unless I'm sick, I cannot nap during the day. So I usually limit myself to 2 cups of coffee because anything else makes me jittery. And yeah, 2 cups of coffee, and then I stick with water for the rest of the day. And sometimes in the evening I'll have like an herbal tea. That's it. And sometimes like a Coke Zero, but very rarely. And so I mean, it really helps. Like, that caffeine, that's what they should have called it, caffeine. Wow. Okay. Anyway, now I'm just making up words. So quickly, we're going to set with this Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in the shade 10 Fair Light. This stuff is really nice. It kind of is a dupe for the, I guess I'd have to say like the Too Faced Born This Way powder, or even the Shape Tape powder. I really like this stuff. But yeah, so when I usually get up at like 6:45 or 7 o'clock, Connor usually stays in bed. That's what he did yesterday. So like, it basically gave me like an hour and a half to just get tons of stuff done. He woke up at like 8:30, and which was awesome because he went to bed super fast like last night. And then today he actually woke up at the same time as me. So unfortunately, well, actually he's been really good though. It just, the evenings get hard because then he gets really grumpy. Okay, so I set with my sponge, but now I'm just going to go in and do the rest of my face with my F20 by Sigma. So anyway, that's the deal, you guys. And I guess, so my kind of itinerary first thing in the morning, I make my coffee, and then I fill out my bullet journal. So I've got like habit trackers that I do, and I enter my dream log and my doodle a day and everything to do with my bullet journal, and then just check over the list that I made the night before just to see how I'm faring with that. And then I usually write in my regular journal, so not to be confused with my traveler notebook journal because I haven't started that yet and I want to. I'm going to try to film that. If you guys are interested, let me know. I'm actually going to link this YouTuber for you on the screen right now, and you can just check out her channel. She's from London, England, but her name is Kohl, and she does, like, just the way she talks. I mean, she has a really awesome accent, and I just like listening to her because it's so calming and like kind of a feel-good thing. But I'm just going in with my F06 powder sweep now. I'll have all of the makeup and all of the brushes linked down below like usual for you guys. She has like all of these awesome things. Like, she has like this different type of paper. Like, I'm looking for kind of old scrap paper, or like old newspaper print, or craft paper. And she uses wax seals and like transfer stickers. Like, you guys have to check her out. She just, if you're into bullet journaling and journaling at all, like, it's really, really cool. And I've kind of gotten stuck, like sometimes before bed I'll watch a couple of her videos because they're so calming and nice, and I want to start doing that. So if you guys are interested in seeing me film any traveling notebook stuff, let me know. So yesterday I got tons of videos processed. I got my flowers, all my plants, I got them fertilized and I got them watered, and I just, oh, and I bought my son's school supplies yesterday. That was fun. We went to Staples. I'm going to go ahead and bronze now. I'm using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, like I said. This is Deep Bronzer. That is the shade. I'm using my F30 by Sigma just to bronze my entire face. So yeah. Oh yes, we were talking about Kohl and Traveler's Journal Notebook. So it's kind of something like, lately I've been kind of, like I said, I've been doing my bullet journal first thing with my coffee, and then I usually do my journaling. And I've got this obsession with the weather because the weather has been so shitty, pardon the language, but it's been so crappy this summer that I'm like, I mean, it's all relative. I heard someone on the radio the other day talking about that they liked the way the summer was because it wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. But I'm kind of a summer person. I hate winter. I don't even care about Christmas. I hate winter. I hate fall. I hate spring. Actually, I like spring because it's like leading up to summer. I'm just a summer person, like all the way. And anyway, so I heard this person say that they liked the way the weather was, but yeah, I like it hot. And I've been obsessed with writing down the weather in my journal. I know that sounds like weird, right? But I do. I compare it, like, because I'm not sure if I ever mentioned this before, but I went to school, not necessarily for meteorology, but I took atmospheric physics. So I'm really interested in the weather patterns and how the weather kind of flows around Alberta. It's very hard to forecast because Edmonton is, it's kind of one of those areas coming off the mountain range. It's hard to forecast for. And I just noticed Environment Canada, they're the only ones I really like listen to. And the forecast changes so much over the course of a week. It's crazy. But anyway, so yeah, I do my journal, and then usually I do my editing if I have any videos to edit, if I can, or I water my flowers, or you know, weed or do something in the garden. And then we usually do my makeup video before I go anywhere, and then it's like either errands or going out or whatever if we have to go somewhere. And I've actually never had a moment in time when I just sit down and have a movie day, except for Sunday. I guess Sundays are kind of our stay-at-home movie day. So yeah, I'm usually always going. I'm always either doing laundry or cleaning the house, or, you know, just something. Like I don't sit down for very long. I guess the longest I sit down is either doing my makeup videos or editing, so, or bullet journal stuff. But yeah, filming, like this whole business of filming and stuff, it just takes a lot of time. And the other thing I kind of wanted to touch on was I've noticed, and I've mentioned that I've watched Emily Jean, and I love her. Like, she's one of the first YouTubers I've ever really kind of started watching. I was never a big YouTube person until I got into this. And so I started watching her. I loved her makeup videos, and then she went into vlogging more. And I still like watching her. I watch all of her videos. It doesn't matter what she does. I just like watching her because for someone being so young, she's got a lot of positive things to say and good stuff to say. But I feel like, so here I am. I'm just starting out. I'm from Canada, which already makes it harder as a YouTuber. But like, I'm starting out small. I'm using my phone. I don't have crazy equipment. I don't have an awesome background. I don't have the capital to kind of start like start off big, right? I mean, I guess, I'm not sure about other fellow YouTubers, but sometimes I'm afraid of being judged. When you put yourself out on the internet or on YouTube, you can get a lot of negative comments. And I remember I was watching actually a video by Emily Jean last night. It was a question and answer. It was her last video that she just posted. And she was talking about that the internet can be a very scary place. People judge you, people can leave comments, and they can be really nasty. I haven't had any nasty comments yet. Like I filter mine, but I have it set so that I read everything. I haven't had any nasty comments, but even when you get a dislike, it's like, why? Like, if you don't like the video, then just stop watching and don't even bother. Or leave a comment with productive criticism that somebody can kind of improve upon. There are some things that you can improve upon right away. I mean, again, the money situation, I don't have enough money to go out and buy a $1,000 camera. So my phone is working for me, and the videos turned out pretty good. Constructive criticism is better than just like a dislike, right? When someone dislikes the video, like, what don't they like about it? And I don't think I've actually clicked a dislike, and when I see, even on Emily Jean's, I see dislikes on there, I'm like, I think she did okay. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but you don't know what that means, right? So it's a little irksome. And so anyway, you put yourself out there, and even your friends and family, they're probably the ones who will feel more comfortable judging you. So whether it's makeup that I buy or bullet journaling supplies I buy, it's kind of like you put yourself out there, right? So now people can say, well, how can you afford to buy your makeup? How can you afford to buy bullet journal stuff? Well, you save, right? If I'm counting this as a job, even though, say you're getting paid very little or you're not getting paid for it at all, but you are working towards something that's kind of like a dream or a goal, well, that is something that, first of all, I'd have to say each to their own, like kind of mind your own business is one thing I'd like to say. But, and this isn't just for me, this is for everybody out there. Like, watch someone's video, but be positive about it. Like, have some constructive criticism, because it's really difficult for people. You're already putting your life on the line, so to speak. You're on camera, you're in the public, people can judge you, they can be jerks to you, like, you know what I mean? So it's nice to have positive criticism, it's nice to have good comments, it's nice to have like, oh my gosh, I love this, I like that, like, or, you know, it's just nice to have people leave comments, even, because I love responding to them. I think that if it were out of control, like if I had, you know, 50 or 60 comments a day, I don't know if I could respond to all of them, because that would take a lot of time that I do spend editing and filming. But I mean, I'm not there yet, so I don't know what would happen exactly. So yeah, just the whole internet thing, it's stressful. That's kind of why I was debating whether to even start this whole internet thing, because really, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to flop, and here you've put all of this time and investment into something that you really enjoy. And I love my makeup. I love doing my makeup. I like showing people how to do makeup and doing makeup on other people. And also bullet journaling stuff and just journaling in general. I think that's important. I think it's a really good self-reflection practice, and also for self-care. I think it's really important. And honestly, like, other than Chad being supportive and my family being supportive, I don't have anybody to help me with anything, so I'm not getting any help with editing or equipment or anything, really. Like, I'm not getting advice from anybody. Let's pause right there. I'm just gonna put on blush because I could just keep yapping and not like do my makeup here. So I'm gonna use my Too Faced Natural Face Palette, and I'm going to use a couple of these blushes. I'm going to stay away from the bronze, but I'm going to kind of dip my brush in these 3 shades here. And I'm just going to blush my cheeks. I'm going to use my F10 powder blush brush, which you guys know I always use. Maybe we'll just use all 4 colors. I want some pink cheeks today. But yeah, so in other words, it's just difficult, right? Because, I mean, I couldn't imagine, like, we were kind of playing with the idea of doing, like, Clash of Clan videos, because if you haven't heard of Clash of Clans, you should check it out. It's just an app you can get on your phone, and you basically build a village and then do wars against other clans or attacks or whatever, and it's really kind of cool. I used to be really big into it more with Chad before I started my channel, because now I find I don't have a lot of time, but we still do wars, and they have these like clan war leagues now that we do every month. I know it's kind of like I'm geeking out right now, sorry guys, but there's a lot of people who do these videos on how to build bases and how to like certain attack strategies, and it's actually kind of cool because you don't even really have to show your face if you don't want to. So a lot of people who are a little bit nervous about being on the internet, that's kind of a good way to start too, because you just get this particular app and it records your attack as you go, and you just talk your way through it, which is kind of cool. And Chad was all into that. He thought that was kind of like, I don't know if he wanted to start something like that, but I thought it would be a good idea if he did. But like when you have a full-time job, it's hard to do something like what I'm doing. I'm investing all of my energy, all of my time. But I guess kind of the point I was trying to make about the whole YouTube thing was that I'm going to start brows. I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in chocolate and my clear brow gel. So the point is, like, I have almost 150 videos now on my channel, and which is a lot, and I just started in February 15th of 2018, and then there's people who are about kind of my same, I guess my same time frame in regards to maybe not necessarily when we all started, or even if it was like kind of the same time, start time or whatever. It's just, I feel like I've invested so much time and energy and put out so many videos, and I have less hits than other people. And I guess I should do more research and investigation into why. Maybe it's because they're getting sponsored and I haven't actually shopped around to get sponsors. So I don't know if that's something that I would do, but stuff like, for instance, like Amanda Rachel Lee, she was talking about Squarespace, which is building your own website, or even Storyblocks, which is basically downloading, like you can get any type of picture for free, you just have to pay a monthly subscription. So stuff like that, it's difficult because again, it all comes down to money, and you need to be able to be a part of that, and you have to pretty much pay for it before you can ask them to sponsor you. So again, it kind of comes down to the money issue, and it's hard enough just trying to keep up with the pressures, I guess, of the makeup community and the makeup world, and I guess really the YouTube community in general, because you need to have new products or new ways of doing something that people are actually interested in. So if I have something that people like on my channel, I'm going to get more hits, I'm going to get more views, and that's what I need to figure out. And in my grand scheme of things with makeup, I see a lot of other makeup people who are doing their makeup. Their thing is to buy new palettes and to do new looks with all these new palettes. And again, you guys know that makeup is expensive, so that's kind of something I'm struggling with. And other than turning to vlogging, like vlogging my daily life, that would be like, I guess, a non-expensive way to do it, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to open up my entire life to that yet. And also, I've heard that it's kind of a death of a channel. I know I've spoken on this topic before, because if you just start out and like say you're like me and you're doing makeup and then you just start vlogging, people lose interest. And if they originally started watching you because of your makeup videos, well, now you're vlogging and people aren't as interested. So it's a very fine line, and it's been hard to kind of navigate this whole kind of process. I remember when I was first starting out, and just in general, like the whole editing thing, just trying to figure that out and being productive and being, not being productive, but just being successful in that was very difficult. So that has been one of the challenges of right now. And then plus, things have been a little stressful. Like my son is starting school, and I got a leak from my, or a notice from our community league. Not that we've joined one or anything, but I'm thinking about it actually. And I'm just going to apply highlighter. I'm going to use my Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter in Kitten. And anyway, so basically they have this soccer program, and I think I want to get my son into soccer because he's just going to be starting kindergarten in September. Like, what month is it? I don't even know. And so that's kind of stressful because, you guys, I mean, new moms are always a little sad when their little baby bears leave home and go to school, even if it is for like a whole hour and a half on Thursdays and 3 hours on the rest of the days. But still. And just kind of like day-to-day stuff. Like, I know everybody else has worries and troubles too, like with bills. Times have been tough, and work has been scarce, and it's just, yeah, it's been hard. So and then it's almost like things come in threes, right? So I'm waiting for the good things to come in threes because, like, yesterday we actually had our Netflix account hacked, and somebody from South Korea changed the email address, so we were completely locked out. So that was an issue we had to deal with, and I'm like, who does that? And I had my vehicle vandalized a couple of times actually, but this last time was a real kicker, and I had to go through insurance, and it just sucked, and it was really stressful. And I mean, nobody likes having the cops show up at your door and telling you, hey, your vehicle's been vandalized. So anyway, I'm using my Avon True Color Kohl eyeliner, and this is Intense Brown. So I'm just going to line the water rims of the top and bottom, and then I'm going to make a mess of the lower lash line, but I'm just going to kind of smoke it out with some shadow in a bit. So yeah, so stuff has just been a little stressful. Again, I know that everybody has their stuff going on, I get it, but it just, sometimes you're like, okay, now time for the good stuff, right? And of course, we all try to live every day in the moment and say, okay, like, always tell each other you love each other and never take anyone for granted or anything for granted. And you never know how long you've got in this world, but I just, I don't know, sometimes it's nice to sit down with my journal and just kind of complain about all of that stuff just to kind of get it out. Because, again, I know a lot of people talk about being completely positive on their YouTube channel. I think Emily Jean had touched on this in her last video there with the question and answer. And it's not that it's hard, it's just, you want to be real, right? You want to show your viewers, your subscribers, you want to show them that your life isn't perfect. Even if I had like more money and I had like an awesome backdrop and I had all this money to buy new makeup and I was trying new makeup and I made it look fun every day, that's all grand and stuff and great. But then, you know, people who are rich still have problems. People, you know, it doesn't matter what it is, something's always gonna be sucky for somebody out there. So sometimes you just gotta suck it up and live your life and just kind of go with the flow. It's hard. Sometimes it's really hard. So I'm going to use my Too Faced Natural Eye Palette now. I wasn't going to do too much, but I think what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to use this Soft Focus Shader E52 brush. It's kind of like the fluffy brush, but a little bit flatter. And I'm going to put a sparkly shade on my lid. So this is the shade Silk Teddy. I wasn't going to do anything on the lid, but I decided just to put a little bit of shadow. And because my skin is a bit darker, this gives my lids a little bit of a lift, as in brightening them up, but it also has a little bit of shimmer, and it's just really, really, really pretty. So then after I've put that kind of shimmer down on my lid, I'm going to take an E35 Natural Bristle brush, it's tapered blending E35. I'm going to add a little bit of shade to the crease, but with Cashmere Bunny, which is a matte shade. And that's literally all I'm doing for today's look, because I want to smoke out the lower lash line, but we will put on some lashes because I want my eyes to kind of stand out, but I don't want I'm actually going to focus more on this outside corner here. But yeah, I did notice that my last Get Ready With Me, Chit Chat Get Ready With Me had more views than my average makeup tutorial. And I was kind of wondering, I'm like, okay, why is that? Like, do people want to know, you know, like kind of what a YouTuber's daily life is, like what we talk about? And I can't even call myself a YouTuber, even though I am. I'm not one of those people who has like over 100,000 subscribers or anything, and I'm not really well known. And the goal is obviously to get there, because I think that is so cool. There's only a handful of people in Canada. Well, I guess I shouldn't say Canada because I can't really speak for BC or Toronto, but here in Alberta anyway, or specifically Edmonton area, there's only a handful of people. So just the fact that this niche it's not like I live in New York or LA or, you know, Houston or Miami or anything, or I guess even Toronto for that matter, or Vancouver. So I don't have like a huge, I guess, competition with other people, even though technically this isn't a competition. I mean, we're not in a race to see who gets there first. It's everyone's journey, and it's kind of, in my opinion, it's what makes you happy, and this is making me happy. I don't think I've ever been as happy as when I've been doing this. I feel productive doing this, and I don't know how many other people agree with me, but you should only do what makes you happy. And I mean, forever I've been working in a grocery store, and I mean, I was serving a purpose. I was like, somebody has to fill these niches, right? But I wasn't doing it for me. I was just doing it for a paycheck. And basically, I wasn't happy. I mean, there were times that I liked my job, but mostly I hated it. Not because of the people. Everybody was usually nice. Of course, you run into bad people in every industry that you are in. There's some really mean people out there. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that I've fallen into this. I feel like, and I haven't really fallen into this. I've kind of did it myself. I'm pushing for it, and I feel like I'm not getting there fast enough. So getting back to like the main point is that I feel like I'm sitting at 47 subscribers as of today. I've got 150 videos, and there are other people who have like 10 videos and they've got like 200,000. Sorry, my son really wants to be in the video. But yeah, I feel like I don't know kind of what else to do. Like, I don't want one of those videos that spirals out of control and that people are like, oh my gosh, watch this video, and then it gets a million hits, because then the rest of my videos are just gonna flop. And I mean, I don't want to have anything that not everybody can watch, because this is kind of like an audience. I want everybody to be able to watch, even kids. I mean, there's a lot of young girls nowadays that are, you know, 9, 10, 11, 12 doing their makeup, and they're watching people like me, and I don't want anything inappropriate on here. On my channel at all, because that's not who I am. And even like, for example, like Cindy Tarte Baldo, she swears on her channel, and she basically says, if you don't like it, then don't watch my channel. And I mean, that's great. Like, I personally don't mind that. I think she's funny as all heck, but at the same time, I wouldn't want my son to be watching that, right? So it's kind of all in perspective, and that's just not me. Like, even my friends, they all know ever since I was a kid, I've been very soft-spoken. I wasn't outgoing until I basically got my teaching degree. And yeah, it's just who I am. So anyway, we're going to put some of this sparkly chocolate martini on the bottom lash line. And I'm going to blend it into that chocolate brown liner at the bottom. And I think this is going to be so pretty. Oh my gosh, you guys. I want to do one of these looks for date night. I love this color. I don't even know why I don't use this palette more often. I should. Because this is so pretty. I might have to blend it out with something lighter after. I'm in love with this color. And I think even once I get 2 more subscribers, because now I have 47, and I don't know how many of you, and I'm really appreciative actually, because a lot of my current subscribers are fellow YouTubers who are also starting out, and we're small right now, but hopefully growing bigger. And I really appreciate that they reached out to me, like all of you that have reached out to me and said, you know, fellow sub here, I'm going to sub, please sub to my channel, let's show each other support. And I really appreciate that, because I didn't really know how to get more support other than like pretty much asking friends and family to join. And yeah, it's just, I feel like it's a struggle. If anyone has any ideas, like even asking companies to sponsor you, like how do you go about doing that? Like, do you just send them an email or what? So that's something I'm curious about. So I'm just going into the shade Push Up now, and I'm just extending that dark out a little bit and blending it in so it doesn't look like this really dark line. There, I think that looks sexy. I don't know, sometimes when you have a really light upper lid and then a dark underneath, it kind of pulls your eyes down. But then how I fix that is by popping on some liquid liner on the top lash line, making my lashes on the top look super thick and full and dark. And then I also pop on lashes, which is what we're going to do today. I'm going to use the same lashes as I did in my last video, my Kiss Poise lashes. They are not like super crazy or super thick, but they're longer than my lashes, and I think that's kind of the trick to finding a good lash, is get something that is a little bit, and when I say a good lash, I mean like a good daytime lash. Find something that's a little bit longer than your natural lashes, but that doesn't look outrageous. Like, I'll show you an outrageous one here. It's the Morphe Rodeo ones, or even Bel Air. Like, they're only $4 lashes, but they're crazy. Here's the Rodeo. So that's something I would wear for like doing crazy, like a makeup tutorial where I do like rainbow, or something where I'm kind of making a statement effect, or a festival look, or even a date night look. That's something I would wear then. So the Poise lashes by Kiss are perfect for me during the day. I can't talk while I'm doing the eyeliner. Hold on, guys. I'm going to try to make a thin line. So I finished this one, now I have to do this one the same. I just had to even them out. So even though I made the line a little bit thicker, it's going to work out, because the lashes will fit nicely. And I find that when you do add black liquid liner on the top lash line, the lashes just seem to go on a little bit easier. I don't know if it's just me. So we'll quickly do some mascara, and then we can put the lashes on. To think about trying to, like, I'm going to be driving my son to school every day because his school isn't the designated school for this area. I kind of did the same thing that I did when I had him in daycare back when he was like 11 months old. And I just searched a whole bunch of different places. I think we went to 4 different schools around our area just to see what we liked best. And the one I picked, I liked best, and it was the closest one that I liked best. And I know I talked about this before. I think it was like in February or March that we were going around checking everywhere. So I have to drive him, but I did decide on the afternoon classes so that at first it wouldn't be such a shock to him when he to wake up so early and go to school. And then grade 1 he'll start going for a full day. And I think the afternoon will be good because then I can make appointments or I can do editing and stuff when he's at school, and I think it'll just work out really, really nicely. And then I'm also thinking of getting him in soccer because, like I think I was saying, we had a notice from our community league that they are starting soccer registration, so I need to check out the prices for that and find out, because I wanted to get him in organized sports because he's a boy, he's got crazy energy. Like, sometimes just looking at him makes me tired. And I never had that opportunity when I was a kid. So when I was growing up, I lived on a farm in the middle of nowhere, beside, really close to Basha, maybe about 45 minutes away from Basha. So literally, out in the middle of the boonies. But, I remember, actually, the funny thing is, so the other day I posted a picture on my Instagram of a fuzzy I think it's called a woolly bear caterpillar, so it's the fuzzy black and yellow ones. And the minute I saw it, it was actually on my raspberry plant. The minute I saw it, I regressed to my childhood, because we had these huge trees in our yard, and like we had many acres, but we had these huge trees, and that's all I ever saw were those caterpillars on them. And it just reminded me of, you know, my dad and our farm and my childhood, and I miss it. I miss that whole experience. You know, I would walk around in our old sheds and step on rusty nails and climb up to our barn where we had tons of holes in the upper floor, but I would walk around there trying to find like baby birds. I don't know, I was a farm kid. Like, we did dangerous things, and now God help it if our kids are like walking on the street, right? So, but yeah, I grew up a complete farm kid, and I love that experience. I'm so glad I have that. And I wish my son could have that right now, but there's no way I'd be able to move back to a farm or to the country, because I'm spoiled now. I've been living in a city for basically all my adult life, and I don't think I could go back. I want to be able to go to a Max at 1 o'clock in the morning and have it be open. So that small town living is not for me any longer. And even honestly, Edmonton isn't even like that big of a city. Calgary is bigger, I guess, spread out more, but I feel like Edmonton, because we are the capital of Alberta, I still feel like Edmonton is like where it's at. I don't think I'd ever want to live in Calgary, even though I have family there. Hi Auntie, hope you're watching. So you guys, I just applied my adhesive to my lash, and I'm just waiting for it to dry. You give it about, I don't know, 15-20 seconds. I have the best success when I do that, and I cleaned these lashes really good. So I've always been struggling with like making sure all the glue comes off my lashes, and I think I finally figured it out. I basically put my hand soap, I add a little bit of hand soap to each lash, and then I let them soak in hot water for a few minutes, and it works perfectly. Like, it just, I peel off the glue with my fingers after they've had a chance to sit, and it peels off really, really nice. So I just pop that lash on really close to my lash line. And another trick to take them off the package, always use your fingers, because if you don't, sometimes the tweezers will pretty much break off the lash. Have I told you guys I love doing my makeup? Anyway, I feel like I kind of want to have like a question and answer. I just don't feel like I have enough subscribers. Like, I don't know if I were to post something on my Instagram and said, hey guys, I want to do like a question and answer thing. Have some questions for me. I don't know if I have enough people yet that would have lots of questions for me, and I don't. It was kind of like this one time when I was doing a bullet journal thing. Like, I premiered it, and like only like 7 or 8 people watched. So I want to have more success. I want more people to be interested in my stuff, and like, what can I do better for you guys? I want to actually honestly hear your opinions. What would you like to see? What would you like to hear? That isn't necessarily me just buying new makeup. And even if there is, like, name a specific palette or a specific product you'd like me to try, and then maybe I can work something out. But yeah, I'd like to know what you guys think. For anyone who subscribed other than my family, who just did it because they love me, like, why did you subscribe other than just trying to support me as a fellow YouTuber? Like, is there specific things that you would like to see? Let me know. They always seem to look different on one eye, and then the other one always looks different. I'm just gonna add a little bit more mascara to this lash. I generally try not to add mascara after I've applied the lashes, because they tend to lift up and then they come off. So let's not do that. I don't want to have them come off. I'm going to go back into, I'm actually going to use this palette for an inner corner highlight. I'm going to use, it's a matte shade, but I think it'll work. I'm going to use this really skinny brush. This is an E36 blending. Just going to put a little bit of that white shade there and pop it on the inner corner. That's just to open up your eye. You can kind of see how that opens up the eye a bit. Anyway, makeup and bullet journaling are my passion right now. Like, I wish I discovered bullet journaling at an earlier age, because like, I go into, when I went school supply shopping for my son yesterday, I was looking at all of the agendas, and I was like, how could I have ever written in these? Because they're not customized. They don't have like the kind of things that you might want to have in a journal, right? I'm going to use my 09 Spice Milani Color Statement Lip Liner on my lips to make them a little bit bigger. I love this color, and I first heard of it from Emily Jean, and it is like the best lip liner. I don't think I would ever buy an expensive lip liner from Sephora because this was like $2, and it just goes on so nice. You can get it in different colors. They've got tons of different colors, and yeah, I really like it. And it just goes with every color of lipstick. And I have red too. I have red, and I have natural. I had to think about that for a sec. So I was going to use my MAC lip gloss again because I like how that looks, but I'm actually going to pop on some of my Morphe Cream lipstick in the shade Flirt. I love this stuff. I might have to get myself another one. Ooh, I just noticed. Look, it's totally breaking off. That does not look good. So I'm just going to use like the other side, I guess. I'd like to just kind of tap it on. And then I blend my lips together. You don't even need that much, honestly. I love how my makeup turned out today too. I want to say that this is going to be like my go-to look. Oh, I need help. This is going to be my go-to look because I love how my eyes look. Like, it looks like date night, but it's just nice. Okay, so I think we have to go. I really enjoyed chatting with you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Sometimes it's just nice to make it real and know that, you know, everyone has issues, whether they're big issues or small issues or completely different than anyone else's, but everyone's always dealing with something, and sometimes it's really good not to judge. I know sometimes it's hard. I used to be one of those people who judge others, and it's not nice. I think that each person should be mindful of their own business. We should try to make ourselves the best people that we can possibly make ourselves, because in the end, what happens? Like, in the end, I think my goal in life is to try to make the world a better place, just to try to kind of affect people and just say that, hey, like, Sandra was here and this is what I did for the world. And even if it wasn't like, you know, a change in politics or change in government and something crazy like that, just something that maybe if I just affected one person or changed their life for good, that's all I really want. And wow, I feel like I could cry right now. I don't know why. Okay, anyway, you guys, I'm going to end it here because we have to go to the doctor soon. So take care. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell button to be notified the next time I post and upload. And if you enjoy these videos, please let me know, you guys. I really appreciate comments. I'll try to respond to all of your comments, and I'm just really grateful and thankful for each and every one of you, and for all of the help and the support that I do have. I'm really grateful. So, well, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye now.